Hello there, my name's Paul and I'm from Hospice UK's Compassionate Employers programme, and today I'm going to be giving you a brief demonstration of our e-learning tool. So our e-learning tool is available to all users of our Compassionate Employers Resource Hub, and we built the e-learning so that line managers and HR teams in particular have the opportunity to practice having bereavement conversations in a safe environment before having to do so with a colleague or a direct report. But we do also think it's beneficial for all of your employees to complete the e-learning, even if they aren't in a specific HR or wellbeing role. So the e-learning takes around about 30 minutes to complete, and it's centered around 3 real-life case studies. Just to flag as well that before completing the e-learning, all users are asked to fill in a quick assessment of their current levels of comfort and confidence in having conversations around bereavement. And this is something that we do for 2 reasons. First of all, it gives us some data in exactly how many individuals are undertaking the course, but also we can track the improvements that we always see at the end of the course, because all learners are asked to rate themselves again at the end, having completed the e-learning. So I'm just going to share my screen now, remembering to include the sound. Okay, so this is the e-learning portal here. What you can also see is that all the users, when they're completing the e-learning, have the opportunity to pause and go back at any times, because obviously some of these conversations around about bereavement for individuals, they could be triggering. So it's not that you have to sit down in sort of like 1 30-minute block. People can pause and go back at any time they wished.
Hello, my name's Nikki. My mum died 4.5 years ago, and she'd been living with cancer for about 3 years, and my dad and I were her carers. So we'd seen her have some ups and downs during those 3 years, but when she died, she actually went downhill very quickly, and her death was quite a big shock for everyone. So it felt really weird that the world was still kind of going on, when this huge thing had happened in my family's life and in my life. And it was really hard to engage with anything, really. I had quite a lot of responsibility at work. We had a lot of big projects going on, and it was quite difficult for me to focus on that and concentrate at work. It was really helpful that when I spoke to my head of department, I phoned and said my mum had died that morning, and they immediately said, don't worry about work at all. They said they would call me at the end of the week to find out how I was, and it was really helpful that the onus wasn't on me to phone them. They phoned me to check on me, and I just didn't have to think about work at all. I was given 2 weeks of compassionate leave, which was more than my sister got, and I found it really helpful that I was able to be a bit flexible with that time. So for various reasons, we weren't able to have my mum's funeral till a month after she died, and I was able to take some of my compassionate leave around the time of the funeral as well. And at work, one of the things that was really helpful was a colleague came up to me and talked to me privately and offered to support me if I needed to. And they said things like, you know, if you just need a walk around the block, or if you want to go and get a coffee and just need a break, then you know who I am. It was less helpful at work because everybody who I worked with was told my mum had died without me being asked if I wanted them to be told. So when I came back to work, it was quite awkward, because suddenly I realised that everybody knew that this huge thing had happened to me. So I felt like I had no agency over how people had been told, or how people found out that my mum had died, or whether they found out at all. I would have preferred it if I'd have been consulted about how I wanted people I worked with to find out my mum had died, and how they were told as well, whether I told them or whether someone told them for me. If you've never experienced that kind of bereavement yourself, you don't know what to say, and you do feel quite awkward, and that's normal and it's okay. All colleagues actually need to have some kind of support around, or how can we behave if someone's been bereaved, some tips about what you might say to them, and an understanding about how grief impacts your brain, I think, as well. Because it's not like having a 2-week holiday where you go off on leave and you come back and you're feeling refreshed and you can jump straight back into work. You've got a lot less capacity for quite a while, really. So I think it's kind of helpful for line managers to understand that and be able to talk to people about what support they might need over a period of time, and to be able to offer solutions as well, rather than just kind of brushing it off to one side.
So thanks for taking the time to watch our demonstration. I hope that gave you a good insight into our e-learning tool. We'd love to work more with as many organisations as possible. So if you've got any questions about our e-learning or joining compassionate employers in any way on how we can help and support you, please do get in touch. Thank you.